I'm Sherry Austin, registered nurse and executive longevity advisor. I help CEO founders and senior leaders protect decision quality by stabilizing the physiology that drives it. Today, we're going to talk about something most high performers are getting wrong. You think you're recovering because you're sleeping, but sleep does not automatically equal recovery. And that gap between sleep and true recovery is where leadership capacity quietly starts to erode. If you've ever said, I slept, but I still feel off. I'm showing up, but I'm not as sharp. I'm making decisions, but they feel heavier. This is not a motivation issue. This is a recovery issue. One of the biggest misconceptions in high performance right now is this, that more sleep fixes everything. And what we're seeing across research and executive performance is that chronic stress keeps the body in an activated state, even after the workday ends. So what happens? You go to bed physically tired, but neurologically still activated. And that means you are sleeping, but your system is not downshifting. And if your system doesn't downshift, you don't actually recover. Let's define this clearly. Recovery is not time. Recovery is a physiological state change. It's the ability of your nervous system to move from activation into restoration. When that doesn't happen, three things show up immediately. You have reduced clarity, slower processing speed, and increased reactivity. And here's the risk. Most executives compensate for this instead of correcting it. They push harder. They rely on experience. They override the signal, but the signal doesn't go away. I've seen this repeatedly. Executives track sleeping 7 hours, 8 hours, super consistent on paper. It looks optimal, but functionally, they're fatigued. Decision making starts slowing down. More second guessing is going on. And the assumption is, I just need more rest. But the issue isn't duration, is that the body never completed the recovery process. This is where high performers get misled because effort still works for a while until it doesn't. I'm going to pause here for a second. If this resonates even subtly, drop the word recovery in the chat. Okay, let's keep going. All right. What I'm describing is often invisible. From the outside, you still look high performing, but internally, your capacity is declining. Let me reframe this in a way executives understand. Recovery is not wellness. Recovery is infrastructure. It determines how clearly you think, how quickly you process, and how well you tolerate pressure. And if that infrastructure is unstable, you don't just feel tired, you make lower quality decisions. And that's where this becomes a business risk, not a personal one. So the real question is not, did you sleep? The real question is, did your system reset? Because if it didn't, you're carrying yesterday's load into today's decision. And over time, that compounds. So let's bring this together. Sleep does not equal recovery. Time off does not equal reset. And high performance cannot be sustained without physiological restoration. If your system doesn't downshift, your leadership capacity does not fully return. Tomorrow, I'm going to break down why, even with all the data, wearables, and tools available today, most leaders are still not recovering effectively. And more importantly, what's actually missing. If this resonated even slightly, DM me the word recovery or book a strategy call through the link in my profile. I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30.